Hey, howdy peoples. It is, twas the week before Christmas, and well, actually it's more than a week before Christmas. Maybe twas the 2 weeks before Christmas, and I'm not at the house. Whatever. I'm back at the lease again. It's a Friday, and it's the 2 weekends before Christmas, and I don't know what's going to happen. I got if this ends up being a video, you'll see this clip, and if I don't kill anything or nothing exciting happens, you won't see this video. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm headed to the deer stand. It's a cloudy, overcast day. It's been this way all day. Let me see if I can get you out the window a little bit. It's been this way all day. It was a little bit of sunshine yesterday, super windy. We probably got south winds at 14, 15 miles an hour at least. Gusting more than that at times. But yeah, the animals are moving. I saw a lot of deer yesterday. I'm gonna show you some clips of some deer I saw. This one right here is a new one that showed up. I'll show you more pictures of him after a while, and some maybe some video if I get some. He is a really wide 8-point, really wide for up here, 8-point. And which kind of shows me, because that's the first time I ever seen him, and I haven't had him on camera. I didn't have any cards in my cameras this time, so I don't know if he's been around for a couple of weeks or not. But anyway, this is the first time I seen him. I seen 3 other new bucks yesterday afternoon that I haven't seen before, and a bunch of turkeys showed up. So that goes to show me they're starting. Yeah, they actually are not running hard up here. They are super late on the rut this year. Usually we've had them rutting wide open on opening weekend before. Usually it's more average around Thanksgiving, and they're still just sniffing and aggravating right now. There is really no hard rut or evidence of it that I've seen going on. A lot of sniffing, but that's about it. So I'm excited about it. I saw a lot of deer yesterday evening. This morning I saw 33 deer at one time. So they're out moving around. They're hungry for the corn. It still hasn't rained up here, so everything's dry. And but anyways, we are going to, I say we, Mel and Frank are here this weekend. Right now, Hot Rod's coming up tomorrow morning. He'll be with me, and I'm kind of at the stand by myself right now. I see on the windshield just now it's starting some mist fall, getting a few little water speckles on the windshield, and that's the first of that this weekend. Didn't have none of that yesterday or this morning, so hopefully it'll hold off a little bit. I don't mind if it rains, but just getting everything wet is kind of aggravating. Y'all stay tuned. I got to get out and get my own gate, and I'm pulling up to it right now, so we'll see what happens. This video here, just a bunch of deer that was hanging out. This is the first evening's hunt that I was back at the lease this particular weekend. and had a bunch of deer out. I think altogether I saw 31 deer on this evening, and they were pretty active, really aggressive with the feed. Now, this buck here, this is that one I showed you earlier, a clip of him. He came out. This is the first time I ever saw this buck. He come out down a draw. I seen him circling up above on a tree line. Couldn't get a good look at him until he came out. Mature deer. You're going to see more pictures of him in the next video, so make sure you watch out for that one. He actually, you're gonna get an up close and personal look at him. He made it to the sausage maker. So here's some video of him. Somewhere he's in this clip here, and he's gonna chase this doe down and circle around back. He was pretty active. I seen him 3 different times, 3 different sittings this particular weekend, and he was very visible. Actually, one time there's a video of him coming up, I think right around here somewhere. He's going to jump into this feeder pen, and this deer actually was trying to eat corn under that feeder and got his antlers hung in there and was stuck. And I'm thinking, oh no, what am I going to do with this now? But he actually pulled that feeder off the blocks, and it had about 400 pounds of corn in it still. He did get his antlers loose, and later on I found out that there was not severe damage to them. And this is just some more deer hanging around the feeder pen here. Like I said, I was pretty impressed about the number of deer. This is actually the most deer I'd seen in one sitting at one time this season thus far. And in this next video here, the turkeys decided to come see me. This is a little herd, or what do they call a bunch of turkeys? A gaggle? No, that's geese. A flock, we'll call them that. A little flock of toms that came out. They were, I'd seen a group of them earlier in the year. It was 5 of them in that bunch. This one here had 6 of them. So they found them another partner somewhere, started tagging along, and here's that big wide 8 again. He circling the feeder pen. And then here's the ladies came out. There were over 40 hens came out. The toms are still out there somewhere, and all these hens came out. Now we're going to switch stand locations. This is over at my son-in-law's stand. This was the following day. And now remember, we're having to take a lot of deer this year. We are thinning out some of the bucks. Our buck to doe ratio, best we can figure by spotlight counts, they did more than 1 buck per doe. We're seeing at least 1 to 1, if not more. Sometimes 3 to 1 and 4 to 1 bucks to does. But that one's going home. He didn't make the cut. He was a bully, and apparently Frank didn't like bullies, so he's gonna go home, and slow-mo there of him. He's going to go home with us. Now this deer, I think we aged him at 4.5, and you'll see here in this next picture, he was a decent deer, good body size. Now this is also from Frank's stand. Apparently Karen here, another bully, she had an issue with this other hen over here. Maybe that other hen was one of them First Amendment reporters or something. But whatever it was, she didn't like that turkey for nothing. And it went on and on. Over at Frank's stand, him and my daughter, they have a mess load of turkeys. It's not uncommon for them to see over 100 of them at a time at their stand. But this old hen here, they videoed her, and she had it out. She did not like it, and she was persistent, and they said this went on for way longer than what this video clip is. But she run her down, and she's gonna give her one last piece of her mind right here and tell her to get herself away. I don't know if she didn't want her at the feed, if she didn't want her around the other hens. These are all hens. There's no gobblers in this bunch. And then a little bit later in the day, you can tell by the color of the sunlight here, as the sun was setting, there's still a big old mess of them. And that gum little corn devils, that feeder goes off, they can clean that corn up. Now these 4 here, I don't know, maybe they had a bunco game fixing to happen or something. The feeder's going off in the background right there. That's why they kind of went to alert, but they were getting all dressed up and getting ready to go to bunco or something. This next video clip, kind of a nostalgic thing here. If y'all seen videos or pictures or Facebook posts from our past, this was our infamous outhouse. 26 years this outhouse sat at our lease. Got a lot of use out of it, but in the last few years we haven't been using it. And La Casa de Caca is no more because the county decided that we couldn't use that anymore. That our campsite met RV campground specifications, and we had to do things differently. So we took her out in style. She became La Casa del Fuego. It was kind of sad watching it go too. This outhouse wasn't used very much in the last few years. It was just there for icon purposes, and we decorated it with Christmas lights every year, and you could see it from the highway. And everybody that went down that road commented on it. But when you get rid of one monument, you got to erect another one. So we started over, and we got the frame to a tripod deer feeder, and we strung it up, and we made a new monument to replace it with because we wasn't going to be without our Christmas lights. And so this year we had the Christmas tree, and it was 15 foot tall. You could see it from the road, and we blessed it with a full moon for the star. That was Melody took that picture there. She lined the star up with it. Now, this squirrel here, this is a continuing story. You're going to see a lot more about it. This ain't the last of this squirrel because you're going to see it in the next video again. We got these black squirrels up there, and there's a deer feeder behind our camp that's just sitting on the ground being stored and has some corn left in the bottom of it. Gordo, this old squirrel decided that he was going to make its home in there.
Get back in there. He almost got out that hole. He was trying.
I ain't got to let it go without trust.
Yeah. You can get canceled, bro.
No!
This is my daughter Melody. Y'all seen her in a whole bunch of videos, a whole bunch of clips. She spends a lot of time with me everywhere. Kind of a little sad story with a good ending. She, on our trip home, my son-in-law is returned to his job in Midland, and she had a little accident going to the house. This is over near Lukenbach, between Highway 290 and Lukenbach. We had a trailer behind my pickup, had a deer feeder on it I was hauling home, and the lid flew off of it, and she turned around to go see if she could fit it in her car, and the pickup passed her in a no passing lane, and you see the SUV across the road over there that was following her. They witnessed it all. As she had her blinker on, she was turning left, and another pickup flew around them, the pickup you see up there in the foreground, or the background rather, and he come flying around her at a pretty high rate of speed and totaled her car out. She came out without any significant injuries. She did end up going to the ER and was off work for a few days, but the next 2 weekends later, she was right back at it, and she took it out on this turkey here. She recovered and did well, and blasted her turkey. They don't give them turkeys much slack over there. I guess Frank said, since Mel's going to shoot one, I'm going to shoot one too. And he got him one, made a cloud of feather dust there. And my nephew Grant said it this way: the family that slays together stays together. Then here comes an interesting clip here. This is the next morning, these pigs here. This is still Frank shooting. And this pig, this one right there, he's going to get it. And he took a shot at another one right here running away. He missed that one. Remember that pig. You'll see him again, or see her again in a minute. This was before daylight. He was shooting with the thermal. And then a little bit later, another management buck here. And this one we had to take some numbers out, so we had to decide which ones we was going to take out. And this one, I think, lost his credits because of short tines. He was a real short tine. This deer here turned out to be a 4.5-year-old deer too, and he just didn't have much of a rack. Beautiful background picture there. of the sun behind those clouds. And they figured since they had a pig and a turkey, remember I told you you'll see that pig again? There he is, or she is. The doe bit the dust, and there's that pig still dirt napping from early this morning. And here they all are loaded up, ready for their ride to the prom. All three of them, a doe, a buck, and a pig. Now this next picture here, this is kind of interesting. This is Melody. I'm checking another guy's feeder for him, a fellow named Lance on our lease. Didn't make it this particular weekend. And Melody went on an adventure and found herself an armadillo. Now what are you going to do with it?
Put it in Lance's feeder.
Put it in Lance's feeder?
Yeah. It's a girl.
You take it home to pee.
Oh no. Come back. I didn't get a good picture with you. I'm not running through the cactus.
Let's see what time it is. It's 3:52. We're supposed to be hunting. But look what old man got to do. He's gonna have to go down the creek, up the hill, throw out some corn, and come back down the hill, down the creek, and up into the deer stand. Because he don't know how to check his batteries. So I'm holding down the fort. Look at him.
Now, this is what happens when your son wants to make fun of you. Me and Hot Rod were sitting in the stand, and I didn't forget, I use feed sync timers from all season.
Looks like he's coming back down the hill. He's the only one here today.
And on these feeders, I can control them and work them from my phone. I got in the stand and I found out that this feeder was not working, and I ran over. I was going to dump some corn out of it. Come to find out the battery was disconnected, so I was going to reconnect it and get it working. And Griffin decided he was going to have fun with that. And then later that evening, we were meat hunting and decided to add to the count. I'd also forgot I shoot a 7mm 08 and forgot it. I had to shoot 300 blackout because I forgot my other gun at the camper.
Forgot the batteries and the gun.
The what?
I said the batteries and the gun.
Oh, the deer feeder batteries, yeah. Oh well, blackout got the job done. Now, this is Griff shooting here. This was the following evening, and this was a really good cull buck to take out.
That one ran off.
Yeah.
Guess they're all gone.
Fist bump.
I felt way more like composed on that shot.
We went from one deer to another deer
To another deer.
to the third deer. We've been waiting probably for a good 6-8 minutes on the buck that we thought we was going to shoot. And then this bigger bodied 8-point came out. We're shooting cull deer. And this bigger bodied 8-point come out. The other one was an 8-point, narrow racked 8. And this one was a whole lot better. So Griffin put the smack down on him. Think so? You need a ride?
I'll take one. Yeah.
Where you going? Walmart?
Huh?
Where you going? Walmart?
One more, yeah, Academy.
Academy, get more bullets.
Yeah, more bullets.
Does your friend need a ride too?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay, put him in the back.
Thank you.
Get back there with him.
Appreciate it.
This deer turned out to be a whole lot older than I thought it was on hoof. I was guesstimating him at 5.5 years old, and not a very wide rack at all. I think he was like barely 14 inches wide, like 13 and a quarter or something inside spread. Heavy deer, a lot of body weight. And I pulled the teeth out when we got home and checked them out. I guess I'm not great at it. I said 6.5 plus. That's the best I can do on those. This deer was old and he was definitely on the downhill. Well, good morning. We're at the cooler. It's Sunday morning. It's time to go home. And we got to cut up the animals. And I'm on my phone because my battery's dead on my GoPro and I don't have the extra batteries with me. What are you trying to hide from?
I was gonna help you make sure you were seeing yourself.
Oh. We have
What's the poop?
what poop?
That poop right there.
Oh.
3 little nuggets and some nuggets.
We have in the cooler. Yeah, we got enough light in here. We have 4 deer and a pig. We got that deer, that pig, and these 3 deer here. There's the heads down below. We're gonna get them out, get them cut up, get them in the ice chest, and that's gonna be the end of our weekend.